Hey, I'm Tina, a guitar player from Berlin, and today I want to show you how I work with Chopin's chord book. And I just took some bars that I like and invented some of my own exercises. So in the etudes, there are ideas for harmonizing scales, also some technical exercises for your left hand, and there are some sort of cheap tricks how you can fake your way into a chord solo, but also some more advanced ideas for harmonizing melodies, like some more tricky chord substitutions. This is one of the ideas that I got from Chopin. He's playing sort of a chord garland, I'd like to think, and it's a great exercise to practice playing chords all over the fretboard. So he's shifting a dominant 7th chord, an altered dominant 7th chord in minor thirds. So he's adding on this G7 altered, resolving it to a C6-9 chord. So the only thing that you need to remember is where to start it, right? So if you're in C major, you're going to start your garland on the G, but then 1 octave higher, and then just copy and paste this voicing, and then just move it in minor thirds. Let's have a look at bar 6 of Wine and Roses on page 16. So he's playing something like. So this is the G minor 7 in Days of Wine and Roses on the 2nd degree. It's a Dorian chord, and he's playing. So just let's take this small snippet of those 4 chords. It's playing in B flat, closed position triad, C, B flat, inversion, C. So the first idea that I had, because I want to use it, it sounds really cool, is to find triads in other like inversions, like open triads or closed triads. So I came up with those triads, which is like another order but still the same effect. C, B flat, C, and then just to play a G in the bass. To take those 2 triads as triad arpeggios and play a line alternating between the C, B flat, C, B flat. And by the way, I made a PDF where all those exercises that I'm demonstrating here, you can have the tabs with it and really check it out in peace. The next idea stems from page 5, bar 6, and he's playing sort of the outro there and also playing something like this. And what I got from this snippet is to play the top note on the B string, on the E string, on the B string, and on the B string. And one sort of a cheap trick how you can cheat your way into a chord solo is to do exactly what Chopin is doing here, like play a chord, like for example B flat. You have the top note on the B string, that's an F, and then play the next chord is the same chord symbol, the same chord a B flat, but then with a top note on the E string. And then go back to the first chord. So you have like already a little melody. So I just want to demonstrate that with a tune. There's no greater love. example is a 5-1, like E7 going to A minor. You can find it on page 17 in bar 11, and it's the E7 altered chromatic approach, E7 altered A minor. And the idea that I had was, I have been watching one of Kurt Rosenwinkel's masterclasses, and he has been talking about using all the stuff that you would use on a 5-1 in major, like G7 going to C major, on a 5-1 in E7 going to A minor, so in the relative minor key, right? Or the other way around. So basically what I've been thinking is, how could I use it on a 5-1 going to C, right? Because A minor and then C, right, is the major key. So I'm going to record myself a G and then a C, and let's hear how that sounds. Lustig. So that basically turned those chords here, the 5 chord into a G Phrygian, sus 4 flat 9 chord, and the A minor into like a more or less C major triad. And the exercise that I came up with is a little bit more complex. So it's like playing it in minor, and then playing it in C major, and then playing it in C minor, right? And then going to E flat and major, then E flat minor, and so on. So now C minor, I have to think about the 5 chord, that would be G7. And then trying to do the same thing in E flat major. Going to E flat minor. What's the 5? Going to G flat major. Oh, that's maybe a little bit too nerdy, but I find it quite interesting. And always remember, as Chopin says, it's not important how many chords you know, but it's much more important that you know a lot of applications for the chords that you know. So those chords are just the first bar of Wine and Roses, and I transpose it to B flat major, and it's a really good exercise for your pinky, like practicing hammer on. So it's a B flat major, going to D minor 7. That's it. How would it work if the first chord would be like a minor 7 chord? So I took the C minor. I even liked it better. And another thing that he's doing is playing like a D flat triad, but then like this, and then. So this is really fun, right? You have a little bar and with your middle finger and then the pinky moving, talking about a technical exercise. And also on the low strings. So it's always nice to check out your voicings on the lower, middle and upper 4 strings. How many applications can this chord have? So it could be like a D flat, could be like a B flat minor. Let me know in the comments below which other applications you know for that shape. That's the blues, you know, I did that recording some years ago. And what he's doing there is he's shifting chords chromatically, right? So like... So let's work with that for a while. Let's say you would be playing a tune, you can just like take one of your chord shapes and let's say we have like a E flat major and then you play, and let's play a 1, 6 to 5, C7, F minor, B flat minor, B flat 7, and then you put your metronome on 2 and 4. And just take some chords from a standard tune that you're practicing, maybe 2 bars, and then find some chords, practice those chords like this, and if you're a little bit more advanced, try to play different chord voicings, like improvised chord voicings, like I just did. I was thinking, where else could I play that E flat major, and then take it from there. On page 17 bar 6, he's playing some beautiful third. He's just playing some intervals in between the chords, so I would start by practicing playing the D Dorian scale only on the E string. And then try to find the third, so you can always, if you have the F here, just play the Dorian scale from the F. 3 notes, lower is a D. You also probably know that a minor third looks like this on the guitar. And now just try to play the scale over the fretboard like this. And then just maybe find 2 chords, let's say 2 D minor 7 chords. So the top note would be the A and then the E. And then maybe just try to connect those chords with those intervals. Invent some exercises, but be sure that you write them down and that you practice them in a repetitive method, so that they can really become a part of your vocabulary. So I like to call it sort of a cheap trick for chord melody, because what's happening here, we're playing sort of a G minor chord, and the basement of the chord stays the same, and Joe just like play some notes on top of it, you know, like this, for example. So try to find chords where you can leave your fingers on the fretboard and just play the chord melody like this. Another way how you can harmonize the first 5 notes of a G minor scale. Let's play the G minor scale on the E string. And then you're going to harmonize the 1, 3 and the 5 with a minor 6 chord. And you can use an inversion of an E half diminished here, right? And all the notes in between that you also need to harmonize, you're going to harmonize them with the D7 flat 9 chord, right? So here's our D7, and then the D goes to the E flat, and like this. So that's something Wes Montgomery would have been playing to right. and then also play it on the other string set. If you like this video, you might also like this video about practicing the guitar, and I'm also deconstructing a Chopaz outro. And always think about the fact you don't have to take it so literal, right? You don't have to play it in the exact way. You can play it in the exact way and use it like this, but you can also, like, you know, just get an inspiration, an idea, and then go for it. See you next week. Bye.